That's so pretty. Wow. I don't remember last time I was this into like bright fun colors on myself. And just a little spoiler for this video, I have not been this excited for a full face of makeup in a minute, to be just completely honest. I was opening these products and I was playing with them, and just as I was doing this makeup look, I got more and more excited and just felt very inspired, which was really refreshing. So without further ado, if you want to see how to get this makeup look right here, then keep watching. Okay, let's get to the fun part. Let me grab my bag of all Rare Beauty and let me just give you a quick run through of everything I got. I got the Always an Optimist Illuminating Base. I got the Always an Optimist Illuminating Primer. This is the mini size. I really like minis, and truthfully, this is probably gonna go into my professional makeup kit. Anyway, moving on. I got the Always an Optimist 4-in-1 Mist. I actually just ran out of a full size version of this. I really like the setting spray. I got the Positive Light Silky Touch Highlighter in Exhilarate. I have been wanting this, honestly, since they launched this maybe like 2 months ago. Finally in stock. It was out of stock forever, it seemed like. I got the Warm Wishes Effortless Bronzer Stick in the shade Always Sunny. I heard this blends on your skin like a dream. Instead of getting the foundation, I decided to opt for the Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer. I got the shade 26W. Okay, moving on. I got the Positive Light Under Eye Brightener in the shade Light Medium. Very excited for that and to cover up my dark circles. I got the Perfect Strokes Matte Liquid Liner. This looked really nice. Very, very curious to try that for a wing liner. Brow Harmony Crayon and Gel in Deep Brown. Cannot wait to completely fill in my brows immediately after this because they're looking pretty rough. I got the Soft Pinch Dewy Liquid Blush in Encourage. I love these blushes. They're a classic. I think we all love them at this point. We've all tried them. I got the Kind Words Matte Lip Liner in the shade Worthy. Now, I had a hard time with the lips because a lot of them were sold out, but I was excited that they had Worthy in stock because this is a really pretty color. And honestly, I don't know. I might buy another one of these for my makeup kit because it's like a perfect mauve pink. I got the matching lipstick in Worthy. But then I also couldn't resist this one. I got the shade Humble. This looked really pretty. Now, we're nearing the end, but I also got the Always an Optimist Soft Radiance Setting Powder in Light Medium. It's a loose setting powder. Okay. Always an Optimist Weightless Eye Primer. It's an eyeshadow base, basically. They only make one shade, so I'm very curious to see what this shade is going to end up looking like. Now, here's where I thought this was a good deal. I got the Sincerely Me Mini Eye Essentials. It's basically a mini eyeshadow palette that looked really pretty. And I got a mini mascara. I've tried the mascara, I think, once before. I don't have that much feedback on it, so I'm anxious to try it again. But this little mini eyeshadow palette, I just want to show you before I like really delve into it. I couldn't resist it. It was so cute. And another reason why I picked this up too is because the rest of the eyeshadow palettes that were in shades that I was, naturally drawn to were sold out. So I thought I would just take that as a sign and just get something more colorful and do like more of a fun, bright, spring-based, or just like a bright, fun eye makeup look. So we're gonna do a really happy eye makeup look with this. Okay, because I can't resist, I just want to swatch this middle shade. And it's like a really chunky glitter. Really, really metallic. Very, like, you could feel like it's like a heavy, heavy, heavy glitter. I don't know if I'm going to use this one, to be quite honest. I don't know. I feel like it's a little too nighttime for the vibe I'm thinking of. I want to start out with my brows. So I just have my skincare on. My skin is fully prepped. And I want to get my brows on because I can't concentrate on anything else, truth be told, until my brows are on. So let me grab my Brow Harmony pencil and gel. I do like this packaging. So it's a 2-in-1. There's the brow pencil. Looks kind of thick for my liking. And then there's the, oh, nice. All right, so you know what? Let's use this side first. I've never tried this product and I just went way too heavy-handed, so I'm gonna have to brush this out. It's a little messy. Excuse me while I just grab a lightly used spoolie and comb through this just to get some of that heavily deposited product out of my brow. All right, I can see myself actually liking this product, even though I just totally messed it up on the first application. You know, this is what happens when you haven't tried all these products beforehand. So a lot of this, most of this honestly is gonna be kind of like a first impressions of some of these products from the brand. So with that said, we're gonna learn together how to use and how to not use some of these products. I'm not sure what the hold is. It does feel very waxy. All right, once I get my brows situated, we can move on to bigger and better things. They're gonna look really messy for a minute. And this is honestly, you're gonna see firsthand why I don't do my brows on camera. They're just a nightmare to do. They really are a nightmare to do. I'm gonna switch to the pencil part now. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like a thick pencil like this. I love Selena, but I don't like a thick pencil like this. They're just, I find them really difficult to work with. So let's try to get this on not super heavy. Yeah, I just don't know why anybody would make it so wide. You don't have as much control if it's a wide pencil. But formula-wise, it feels nice. It's like, unfortunately, I'm not able to like test this out beforehand and get used to it and like adjust to the size and the, you know, the texture, all those things. So not ideal, but we're just gonna give my brows a little bit of grace for this tutorial. So I'm gonna clean these up. They're looking very thick, and we're gonna go from there. So like I said, I don't have a proper concealer from Rare Beauty, so I'm just going to throw in one that's from my personal collection. It's the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer in 2N. I'm gonna use this immediately because I need to clean up these brows. I'm just gonna grab a Zoeva 233 cream shader. Any flat, slightly stiff brush will do. And I'm going to do something I do regularly, which is just clean up under my brows, clean up any mistakes I might have, or that I did make. Not a ton, just gonna get them shaped up a bit more, because like I said, they're looking really thick and dense, which is not what I'm used to seeing on my face. Brows, we're gonna move on from them. We're gonna let them go for a minute, and we'll dissect them a little bit later once we have more makeup on. I'm gonna move on to now the illuminating primer. And this is actually another product that I heard really good things about. I know a lot of people really enjoy this primer. So like I said, it is illuminating, so it's gonna give you that nice, ooh, wow. That's a really pretty glow. Now the real test will be to see if this pills my skincare that's underneath. And so far, we're doing good. But that feels really nice. That feels really smooth. It doesn't feel like it's like, it doesn't have like that annoying thick silicone feeling. That looks beautiful. Okay, so that is definitely something I'll put in my makeup kit. That's beautiful. Now that that is on, I want to do some bronzing underneath my tinted moisturizer. Like I said, I have the shade Always Sunny. This is it. And I'm going to do something that I don't typically do on my channel. I'm going to directly apply it. And the reason why I want to directly apply it, oh, it looks really red, is because I've just heard from so many people that this blends out so easy. And a lot of, cream bronzers and stick bronzers especially, I should say, they tend to be really hard and dry until you kind of break through that top layer. This does not have that feeling. This just feels like really creamy, really emollient right out the gate. So that's nice. I'm just gonna do a little more. We're gonna do a little extra today. Now let me grab a brush to blend this out. And for that, I'm gonna go for a 106 from BK Beauty. And let's start over here. Just a reminder, if you're watching this video right now and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider hitting that button and also give this video a big thumbs up. Okay, definitely blends out really easy, just like people were saying. I don't feel like it's, pilling the products that are underneath. I need more of a warm golden olive undertone to go with my skin tone. This just looks very, it's not for me. It's not for my skin tone. So, but we're gonna make it work. So just blending this out underneath. It's gonna look a little crazy, until we put something on top of it. Yeah, this is also something that's gonna go in my makeup kit because I definitely have some clients, and I'm sure I'll come across people that will work, the shade will work for, but I won't be using this on myself. But really nice formula. Really solid. It did get a little patchy in this area, but I think honestly, it was catching on parts of my skin that are a little more dry, which is right here for me at the moment. Note to self, put more moisturizer in that area before you go on with like the primer and then this product, because my skin was just not thoroughly prepped in this region. And that product just kind of caught onto it and stuck. That's okay. We're gonna move on, but you know what? I want to do just a little bit I am so excited to try the Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer. Like I mentioned, I have the shade 26W. I did not swatch this in store. So I picked this out online based off of the description and the undertone and all those things. So we're gonna find out right now together if this is gonna match. I'm gonna shake it up because I feel like with tinted moisturizers and products that are more like sheer, you need to shake them up. I do love this packaging. I love so much, like a squeeze tube is my best friend, especially as a makeup artist in my kit. And in case you're wondering, I'm just squeezing it out on my painter's palette. A squeezy tube for your makeup makes it so much easier because you just kind of squeeze out what you need. This is the ultimate blending brush. And I'm gonna start in the center of my face because again, I know I talk about this, but I always need the most coverage in the center of my face. And then kind of work it out. Okay, this definitely feels more like a traditional tinted moisturizer, like a very like dewy, almost balmy. I'm gonna squeeze out some more because part of it is my brush ate some of it up, I think, and then the other part is I just need more. So I'm gonna add some more to my painter's palette and start to layer this on top of my skin. I'm really gonna stipple this on because I want to give it more grip, and sometimes with tinted moisturizers and products that are like not overly glowy but just really really emollient and like feel like a moisturizer, if you want to have it really adhere to your skin quickly, you want to stamp it on. Like you want to be pushing it onto your skin just like this because A, it's going to give you more coverage. B, it's going to stick to your skin right off the bat. And it's actually just going to look more flawless. And especially if you're working it on top of existing products, like for me, I have the bronzer stick on and then I have the primer on. And then underneath that, I have all my serums and my moisturizers and my skin prep. So you have to be careful not to disrupt whatever is on your skin first. And I know I talk about this a lot, but it's just a helpful reminder because once you start getting into like the over blending territory, your makeup just starts to look like kind of a mess, to be quite honest. So if you ever have that problem where you're like, this is looking patchy, this is looking muddy, this is looking stripy, I can't get it to stick, it's this or it's that, change up the way you're applying it and your application technique. I'm gonna go over my chin. I'm not gonna worry about my nose too much because I already know this is not gonna stick to my nose. Products like this, unless it's like a matte finish foundation, products like this don't stick to my nose. It's the weirdest thing. And it's funny too because I've talked to so many of you online and you've reached out and you were like, this happens to me, I thought I was the only one. Nothing sticks to my nose, I don't know what to do. I feel you. Nothing sticks to my nose. It's weird. And I swear it's like the same texture as the rest of my face, but it does not stick or adhere. All right, this is beautiful. Side note, this is a totally beautiful, natural, like healthy, glowy tinted sunscreen. And let me check the SPF. I can't remember. It's SPF 20. This is like a little added bonus, but honestly, I could have done without it having SPF unless it was like SPF 50 or 55 or 60 or something like really high up there. I'm gonna put that down. Now I'm gonna switch to the under eye brightener because I am just so anxious to try this. I actually held out doing this video for a little while because this was always sold out. All the lip liners that I was interested in were always sold out. The Positive Light Illuminator was sold out forever. And this in the shade that I wanted, which is the light medium, was sold out for a really long time. So I couldn't do this video for the longest time, it seemed like, because all the products that I really needed for this look have been sold out. So this video is long overdue for my channel, okay? I've heard you guys, I've heard a lot of you reach out to me and ask me to do Rare Beauty and ask me why I haven't done Rare Beauty yet. That's one of the main reasons. Okay, going back to the under eye brightener, this is really cool. It has a metal tip to it, a metal wand. Really awesome. This is not the first brand to do this though. Christine Dominique is the one who originated this with her concealers. She had a metal, like, cooling wand. Just shout out to her for being the originator of that. And this does feel really nice though. This feels really cool and really nice. I can tell right away too, this is a very thin formula. Like, I can see through this base immediately. So it's not really gonna give me a lot of coverage, which is fine. It's just meant to brighten and kind of, well, just brighten, really. I'm going to test it out in other areas of my face. I want to test it out here because I always try to brighten this area of my face, like where I have a lot of darkness. My face goes in those areas, so there's some shadows, and I'm always trying to bring light back to that area and to bring it forward. So let's test this out and see how that works there. I am not going to blend this out with a beauty blender or a beauty sponge because I know that's going to eat up the product almost immediately. And I want to keep more of the coverage. So instead I'm going to grab a more of a flat but blendable concealer brush. It's the Angie Hot and Flashy from BK Beauty. It's the A506. And I'm going to use this to just press this product in because I have a damp pop-on sponge right here, and I'm going to save that for my Dior concealer that I'm going to pop on in a minute because I just know this would literally eat up that product. Okay, so similar to the way I applied and blended in that tinted SPF, I'm going to work in the same kind of motion, pressing this in under my eye and kind of locking it under my eye and just making sure it's like sticking and adhering to my skin. And this is beautiful. Side note, I forgot to mention, this is absolutely beautiful. I actually feel like I just got a really nice night's sleep. I feel very like refreshed and rejuvenated. Obviously cut a lot of the redness that I have under my eyes. I have a lot of redness just around my eyes in general. I'm sure you've noticed by now, but this cut all the redness that I have on the bottom pretty much, and really helped to neutralize it. This does have a yellow base, as I'm sure you saw, which is the part of it that's going to brighten. But I do think it's like neutral enough where it's not like super like overly yellow. I want to switch to eyes, and I want to kind of get this party started on my eyes, and I'm going to finish the rest of my face after my eye makeup is on. Now I think it's going to be an eye-based look. It's going to be like a focus on the eyes with just glowy, healthy skin. That's just what I envisioned for this to look when I was choosing the products. So I'm going to switch to the eye stuff now. I'm going to grab the Always an Optimist Weightless Eye Primer. So this is the product. They only have one color. I'm very curious about this because they showed it on a light skin tone and a deep skin tone on the Sephora website. It must sheer out to be pretty invisible, I would assume. I'm gonna start with that amount, and let's just grab a blending brush. This is a 16 brush from NYX. I'm just gonna blend it back and forth. Okay, yeah, this is very thin, very sheer. Actually, you know what? This reminds me a lot of the Urban Decay priming potion, like the old school priming potion. I don't know if you remember, that stuff never came in. It came in one color forever. I think it still only has one color, to be honest. I stopped using it like a decade ago. This kind of reminds me of that. And that blended out really nice. I think I'm gonna grab a little more just because I feel like I need to be on the safe side for the eyeshadow look that I'm gonna do. It's nice. It's really, really easy to apply and blend out. Okay, and it's drying down, which is a good sign. That means it's going to be a good eyeshadow base. You want your eyeshadow base to stay wet because then it'd be a nightmare to blend a powder eyeshadow on top. It'd be patchy, it'd be ridiculous. So let's see if this dries down completely, but I have a feeling I'm going to want to still set it lightly with the loose powder just to be very safe. This is optional. I don't think you're going to have to do this, but I do think it's probably a good idea. This is the Always an Optimist Soft Radiance Setting Powder. I got the shade Light Medium. I really like this packaging. It feels, first of all, something I meant to say about Rare Beauty. Look how pretty this is. The price points of each product individually, I was astonished. I thought they were really good, like really, really low. So kudos to her. She has a very, like, surprisingly very affordable makeup brand, and I think that's awesome. It has like this cool flap thing or lid closure, so you can close it, open it. I'm gonna shake some out. A little dark for light medium, but I'm gonna grab a 201 from BK Beauty. Yeah, this definitely, I don't know if this is gonna be, this might be a bad idea. Okay, no, it's a good idea. But this does seem a little, I wouldn't call this a good range for a light to medium. I don't think it's gonna look good for a true light skin tone. It's got some pigment to it. So this is dried down. We're ready for the fun part. We're gonna dip into this beautiful eyeshadow palette. All right, I'm gonna start with this absolutely gorgeous color. It's like a deep mustard, and I'm gonna blend it on with a Zoeva 227 Luxe Soft Definer. I'm gonna tap off the excess. I've never tried Rare Beauty's eyeshadow formula, so I'm very, very excited. And I'm gonna pat this all over my eyelid. Really pretty. You know, normally too, I know this is a mini size of like the bigger size, but all her palettes look like this. And I'm gonna be really honest, okay? Normally I look at a palette like this, right? And I think, oh, it looks kind of gimmicky. It looks kind of like, maybe that's just me coming from like an old school makeup artist perspective, I totally have changed my mind. I think this looks so pretty. It's like looking at this palette and the way it's laid out makes me very happy. So I really appreciate it. And I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm just, you can change, I guess, in life. And I totally changed my tune and like how I think the eyeshadow palette should look. And I'm really like drawn to this one now. I love this color. This is so unexpected. Probably something that you wouldn't expect to see on my channel too, which I'm so here for this like vibrant spring look. This formula is very, very nice. No fallout so far. I've had like 0 fallout. Always tap off the excess just to be sure, but the way this is going on, it's very silky, very just beautiful pigment. So I'm just gonna kind of go for this all over my eyelid. I want this to be just a soft kind of blend it up and out all over color. I think this is just a really striking color. I don't know how many colors I'm gonna use from this palette. I have a feeling it's just gonna be about 3. So maybe if you all want to see another eyeshadow look with using different colors from this palette, you're gonna have to leave me a comment and let me know. And either I'll get it done on my YouTube or I'll get it done in like a short or on my Instagram. I know that I'll play with this palette more though, like especially going into spring and summer. Like this is gonna be a gorgeous summer palette too. Really pretty. This is really fun. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna move on because I'm very happy with this. I am going to dip right into this beautiful shimmery shade right here. I want to do this straight down the center. Wow, that's really pretty. Beautiful. It's just a really solid eyeshadow palette. Really, really pretty. Okay, so when the rest of them are in stock, I might pick up another palette, to be honest. But this was like a outstanding deal to get this mini eyeshadow palette and then a mini mascara. It was like, I want to say it was like $27. That's a great deal. But all of her stuff, like I said, is a really, really, I mean, listen, in the grand scheme of makeup and how expensive makeup can be and one product of makeup can be, in that grand scheme of things, her makeup is, to me, very affordable. Okay, I'm just adding a little bit more of that mustardy yellow in between. Wow. Beautiful. Okay, sadly, I have to switch over to a product that's not Rare Beauty. I need to finish my concealer. I'm just going to grab my Dior 2N. Because I'm sorry, I do need more coverage than that eye brightener. But for this, I'm going to use my damp Paw Paw sponge. I was just thinking it'd be really cool if they made a mini Paw Paw sponge because as much as I love this size, it could be a little big. Like once it's damp, it's a big sponge. Okay, now before we set that, I'm gonna go back to this bronzer. I am not gonna directly apply it this time. Instead, I'm gonna do something that I like to do a little bit more. I'm gonna grab more of a fluffy brush. This is a 107 from BK Beauty. And I'm gonna go back to my tried and true technique, which is taking the product on the brush and then stamping it on. Because now that I have that tinted moisturizer on, I just don't want to risk not loving the way it's gonna blend on top. I don't wanna wreck this makeup. I'm like in love with this makeup look. And so I don't wanna take any more risks. You know, the brows were a risk as it was, but that didn't ruin this makeup look. And so, yeah, I just wanna be careful from here on out. Only because I don't know these products like the back of my hand, like the rest of my makeup. So I'm going over all the same areas that I applied this to, and I'm layering that second layer on top. Working in layers is gonna be a very beautiful way to have a long-lasting makeup look that still looks pretty natural. And I will say too, like this shade of bronzer looks better on top of my more yellow base that I have on. Like that tinted moisturizer had like a very yellow base to it. It looks more neutral. Okay, I'm gonna squeeze my brush. I'm gonna lightly feather some more on top. But yeah, this is definitely, you know, this is a very like fresh skin kind of makeup look, which I'm really here for. I think this is really pretty. My skin feels incredible too. Like my actual skin, it feels really, really nice. Here is the part where I didn't see this coming, okay? I thought for sure I'd be able to use this powder, this loose powder, to set my under eyes and my whole face. Well, I should have grabbed, in theory, I should have grabbed the lightest shade of this, but I didn't know. Sorry. So since I didn't know I have to set my under eyes with something different, I gotta throw in some Huda Beauty. I'm gonna throw in Huda Beauty. This is Cupcake Easy Bake Powder. I just need to use this for under my eyes. I'm gonna grab my powder puff and just lightly set my under eyes and just lock this area in. Because that powder, as you saw when I put it on my eyelids to set the eye primer, it was just gonna be a little too dark. And I don't want to take away that beautiful brightness that I have under my eyes from that beautiful brightener that I tried. Well, it's nice to know that this powder sits really well on top of that Rare Beauty eye brightener. Okay, so now that that is done, I'm not gonna cheat too much. I am gonna go back to the loose powder from Rare Beauty. I'm gonna grab a Rephr 24 brush. I'm gonna really work it into my brush, and I'm gonna start to set the top of my forehead, setting that cream bronzer, really locking it into place, which is really gonna give it longevity. I'm gonna set around it, my chin. I'm gonna go over my lips because, yeah, this powder is too dark. So, you know, it's okay. It's just not really working for what I need it to do, for what I really like powder to do. We get to move on to the bottom lash line. So I did not finish my eye makeup yet. I'm gonna go back to this stunning palette. I wanna use this color right here for my bottom lashes, or the entire bottom lash line. I'm gonna use a BK Beauty 209 brush, and I'm gonna work this on the bottom lash line. That's really pretty. I'm pretty obsessed with these colors together, to be honest. That's so pretty. Wow. I don't remember last time I was this into like bright, fun colors on myself. On my clients, all day, every day. If you want me to do a fun, colorful eye look on you, count me in, call me up. I am thoroughly enjoying these colors together. This is a beautiful palette. Honestly, this is like a really, I'm telling you, I could not resist this palette. I'm not gonna get to all the shades like I said, but it's okay. We have time to go back and revisit this palette and do more fun things with it. More on my brush. I'm gonna load it up in this little outer corner. I'm gonna switch to an Angie Hot and Flashy A504, dip into a little more of that, and I'm just gonna use this to really buff it out. It's like a mini buffing brush, so I'm gonna use this to just diffuse that shadow. Okay, I'm obsessed with this eye makeup look. I want to just take a little bit of this purple. Do I take it? I'm just gonna use a little bit of this. Hold on. And just pop it right here. Oh yeah. Oh my god, that's stunning. It's like this very subtle little extra something. Absolutely love it. We can now move on to the Perfect Strokes. I love this name. Perfect Strokes Eyeliner Matte Eyeliner. It's a black matte liquid liner. Okay, it comes in an inner packaging too. The way this pen looked in person, and by the way, I wasn't gonna buy this because I didn't even see it on the website. I didn't see it on Sephora's website. I didn't look at Rare Beauty's website, to be quite honest. I just put everything on Sephora. But when I went to go pick up my in-store pickup to go order, whatever they call it, I walked by the Rare Beauty aisle and I saw this and there was one left and I was like, oh, it's meant to be. So I grabbed it. I was like, you're coming home with me. Check that out. That's a really cool pen. Now, we're gonna take a second. I can't talk to you for a minute. I wanna get this liner perfect. Okay, this eyeliner is ridiculous. Like formula-wise, that was absolutely perfect. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go back out. I'm gonna buy one of these for my makeup kit. This eyeliner is honestly kick-ass. Like, that was a great, great liquid liner. Liquid liners are really hard to get right as well. Let's do some mascara. I have this cute little mini. It's the, I don't know, Rare Beauty mascara. I know there's a technical name, but I know one of my friends loves this formula and has always gone on my case for not using it. We're about to find out why, because I've never tried this on myself. I've only tried, my client has it and she had me apply it on her once. It's actually really nice. Definitely very lengthening. I'm getting like zero clumping. It's not messy. It's not overly wet. Very solid mascara formula. Wow. Yeah, this is a great formula. You know, I'm starting to see a theme of why so much of her stuff is constantly sold out. No wonder why there was only one of those eyeliners left in the Sephora that I stopped at. I'm so happy I picked that up. Because at first I was like, no, I don't really need it. I always do a black wing liner. I do so many wing liners. No, I needed to try that wing liner. Put a little bit on my bottom lashes. The only complaint is the brush is a little big to use on the bottom lashes, so you just have to be really careful. Soft Pinch blush in the shade Encourage. Now, I am just gonna do the tiniest bit of this. I know that these are so powerful. Like, literally, you need the tiniest bit of this blush formula. It is shockingly pigmented. So I am not gonna directly apply that to my face, basically. But I am gonna grab a BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy A507. It's an angled powder slash blush brush, contour brush, whatever, you can use it for so many things. And I'm gonna dip into that blush and I'm gonna work it. I'm gonna really, really work it on my hand. I'm gonna work it into that brush because, you know, I don't wanna risk ruining this makeup that I am so in love with. So now that it is fully saturated and fully pressed into my brush, and I might need to go back for more. We're gonna find out together. I'm gonna use this now and stamp it on. Pretty. Really, really pretty. Honestly, I think I'm gonna put this blush in my makeup kit because I know I have so many clients that would be obsessed with this shade. So you can see how like this blush tone is picking up and tying into that bottom lash line. Honestly, I would wear this as a lipstick. I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose because I think this is just a really, I don't know, fresh way to wear this blush. I'm gonna sweep a little on my forehead too, just make it nice and warm and cohesive and just bring some color back to my skin. Wow, love this blush color. I am so happy with my choice on this shade. Now, since I did that blush, or since I'm seeing that blush on, I know I'm not gonna use Humble now. I'm gonna stick to the all mauve ones that I picked up. But actually, wait, hold on. Before I do, forgot, I have one of the best parts left, and that is the highlighter. This is a powder highlighter. I didn't get the liquid. I have one in my possession somewhere now that I'm realizing it. I actually think it's in my makeup kit. Either way, I'm not gonna use the liquid. I'm gonna use the powder. Look how pretty this packaging is. Like, this is very hard to open, but okay, I got it open. This is so pretty. I am here for a pretty powder highlighter. I love a really pretty powder highlighter. This is solid. Like, look at that. That's like, you can see this from Mars right now. I'm gonna apply this with an old school MAC brush that has a label completely rubbed off. And I can't remember the name of this. I think it's a 168 maybe. It's not a 187. The 187 is the big one. Let's try this out. Woo! Whew. Wow. Wow. Crazy. Crazy. Wow. Okay. I gotta stop saying. I gotta come up with another word to say other than wow. Huh. Well, it's extremely pigmented. We learned that together. And you know what else it's doing is it is picking up heavily on that liquid blush that I just applied, which is also not set, clearly. And that is making it even more metallic than it already is. Let's go for it. Let's just sweep a little more around the temple. You know, just like that. Jeez. I'm not gonna lie. I'm either gonna keep this for myself, buy another one and put it in my makeup kit, or I'm gonna put this in my makeup kit immediately because this is insane. Really excited. Let's do Worthy Lip Liner and Worthy Lipstick. I have been waiting for this. It was really hard not to swatch all these goodies. I have wanted to try them ever since I got them, and they've been sitting in my house for days now until I was able to film this video. But man, I'm really excited. Okay, so here is Worthy Lip Liner. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna get another one of these for my makeup kit. Great, great formula. This went on so creamy, so easy. Time for the lip. I love this packaging so much. This reminds me of like one of my favorite Chanel formula lipsticks. Let me just show you for fun, okay? So Chanel. This has my heart. That kind of packaging. So when I saw that Rare Beauty did it too.
Someone used it?
Oh my God.
What?
This has been used. And not by me. Wow. Really? This was an online order. That sucks, you guys. I can't put this on my lips. I can't even like clean it. I'm so sorry. Well, lucky we have Humble. Big bummer, because I was so excited for that. Okay, this one is heavily taped, so fingers crossed, you guys, this has not been used like that other one. So let's put Humble on. I can't believe that. All right, this is stunning. So it's all good. I mean, it's not all good, really, but luckily I bought two. So that's good. That's a win for us and anyone at home. This is beautiful. Wow. I'm gonna go back out, not right now, but much later, and I'm gonna pick up definitely this from my makeup kit, this color from my makeup kit, and I'm gonna get two more worthies that will hopefully, knock on wood, be brand new and not worn previously by a stranger. That would be nice. One step left, and that is going to be the Always an Optimist setting spray, the 4-in-1 mist. Like I mentioned, I already love this one. I've used this. I've used an entire full size before. That's how much I liked it. But I love a mini. So I'm going to shake this up. We are going to set this Rare Beauty face. I am so in love with these eyeshadows. I can't stop staring at them. And the lip is just, it's giving me life. It's beautiful and it feels amazing. Okay, let me pause and set my face. And that is the last step in this full face using only Rare Beauty. So that wraps up this video. This is my full face using all Rare Beauty. I hope you all love this video as much as I do. I am obsessed with this makeup look. Leave me a comment, let me know your thoughts. And if you like videos like this, then click on this one right here. I'll see you all soon. Bye.